Good evening, everyone. I was a child of the 90s, and as a result, I was growing up when the internet was like this. And despite the fact that the modern internet has so much more to offer than that older version of the internet, I can't help but have a lot of nostalgia for it. There was something charming about waiting 15 minutes for a flash game to load, or opening your email and finding something other than junk and spam.
Every time you sign on,
welcome.
it tells you if you've got mail.
You've got mail.
And just like the rest of the internet, the furry internet has come a long way as well, from what it was then until what it is today. Fortunately for us, there's a tool called the WayBackMachine. Now what the WayBackMachine does is it takes old versions of websites and preserves them as they were at a certain moment in time. So we're going to do a little bit of internet archaeology today. If you're an old man, hop all aboard the nostalgia train. If you're young, prepare to see where we came from, and crank up that Windows 95 and let's go.
Alright, so the first one we're going to check out here is obviously Faffinity. That's the easy one. And the furthest back we could go is to January 20th, 2005. So this must be shortly after the site first came up. And as you can see, there's not a whole lot here, like the images won't load and stuff like that, but we can see some of the original update posts and forum posts. This one here, yes, we're back up. No, everything doesn't work all the way yet. Just try to be patient with us while we're getting the kinks sorted out. And most importantly, don't try to upload anything. Not much has changed, I guess. And one thing I noticed that I didn't see in modern Faffinity was this artist listing thing here, where I guess they just had a database of every artist who uploads to the site, and it's 3 pages long. Or is that just the letter A? Yeah, that's just the letter A. Alright, and one thing on this page that I noticed, it says, a new contest has been posted. Faffinity had contests at one point. A new contest has been posted, or rather an updated version of the t-shirt contest. This one is definitely worth looking into. Trust me, winky face. It says, okay, this is by Jaren Lightfoot, Faffinity creator. I didn't know that. I always just assumed it was Dragoneer, because when I got on there, that's who was at the helm of it. But someone by the name of Jaren Lightfoot says, okay, we're restarting the contest, and we have a new prize to offer thanks to Dragoneer. This design has to be a design that will look nice on a t-shirt. Try and make it a bigger resolution so that it looks nice. Currently, we are using Cafe Press, but if anyone else has any suggestions, let me know and I will look into it. The winner will get their picky on a shirt in our shop, and thanks to Dragoneer, the winner will receive $100. This deadline is the last day the deadline is the last day in July, so you'll have 3 months to do this shirt design. There can be more than one submission. Please either post them in the thread, and when you submit them to the site, be sure to put them into the contest category. There was a contest category? Is it here? I don't see it. They had an FA radio, though. Please work. Nah, it didn't work. They had contests. Online store? This isn't going to work. Yes, it did. Furfinity, where self-expression reigns. This is Furfinity's online shop. There is not much here at the moment. Contact Jaren if you would like to see one of your items in the shop. Anything here? T-shirts? It doesn't look like it. So I can't tell if this was ever fully up and functional or if the idea was abandoned early on. See, not all websites work here. It relies on snapshots taken at one point or another in time, and I would explain what that means, but I don't know what it means. Abandoning that, yeah, it looks like Furfinity at one point at least attempted to have a Cafe Press store. Okay, getting back to that t-shirt contest though, there was only one reply and the link doesn't work. I found the user on Furfinity outside of the WayBackMachine, but it's been scrapped and I couldn't find the submission anywhere. So putting that aside, let's go back to home. And look at this. There's games, apparently. Once upon a time, Furfinity had games. And as I was poking through this, I saw Smack a Penguin. And this is everything I love about old internet. I can't believe this was on Furfinity at one point. Oh, I missed. 0 points. Let's try again. I suck at this. Got him that time. 264.8. I can't believe this had shockwave games. That's so old school. Wow, I'm terrible at this. Anyways, I was scrolling through this before and I noticed, where was it? Somebody said something. Here it is. www.furpaws.com was closed and in read-only mode because the site had reached its maximum space capacity. When I looked up furpaws.com, modern day or through the Wayback Machine, I got a GoDaddy website that looks like it was set up to sell gourmet dog treats, but never quite got going. However, I looked up furpaws.net, and I found something going back to 2003. And I haven't peeked yet, so let's see what it is. Oh, yes. This is the old internet that I love. Welcome to Furpaws.net. Furry Pride. This site will hopefully have lots of furry stuff on it eventually, but until then, yes, we are kind of dull. Hi, I am Rue, the creator of Furpaws.net. I would like to welcome you. Feel free to check out whatever I may have on here and send suggestions and feedback to rue@furpaws.net. Well, let's see what's on his page, since that appears to be all that's here. Oh look at that old school fursuit. You don't see a whole lot like that anymore. He's got art and a nice little pair of underwear. Hi, I am DJ Rue 3K, aka just plain old Rue. I'm 21 years old as of 10/9/2002. Birthday October 9th. I'm a bisexual furry. Oh my gosh, this has everything. He's got a live journal, he's got MP3s, he's got Rue Radio, friends cards. Please work. Please tell me this link works. Yes, it does. Okay. If you are a friend of mine, I could possibly have a card made for your character. Sorry, I can't read, and the grammar is also bad, so this is just a mess, obviously. But yeah, he's got his own trading card game that I guess you could submit a character to, and I guess he would draw it for you. That's really cool. I like that. Okay, so this is let's go back to Rue's page. I want to see what else. What do we miss here? Can we see his fursuit? Oh yeah. You know what? Compared to how a lot of the suits are you see now, this may seem low quality by comparison, but this was 2003. August 30th, 2003. This is posted, and it's a lot better than I could do. And it's not as though you could just, or I guess what the availability wasn't the same of going out and getting a suit commissioned. So I don't know. I would take pride in that if I were him. I say good job. Let's Rue Radio. I wonder if this is no way gonna work. Oh my god, yes. He's got the GIFs. It wouldn't be an old school website without the GIFs plastered onto the webpage. What else is here? Favorite band is Daft Punk. Alright, let's not spend too much time on Rue 3K. As much as I'm impressed, Rue 3K, it's not all about you. This was, of course, the earliest version of that website we could find. That was 2003. There were a few more. Oh, crap, I closed out of it. Where are we? Furpaws.net. Okay. So this went from 2003 all the way to 2006. Let's see what it evolved into. Let's see what this grew into. December 5th, 2006 is the last one. Oh, no, the site's broken. Okay, let's go back a wee little bit. All right. Apparently, when FA came up, that was in 2005. And that means that this site should have still been running in 2004, since FA said it was a space issue. It looks basically the same. Furry Notice. Bianca's site added, check it out and enjoy. So I guess what this was meant to be at one point, as we check out Bianca's page, Bianca Wolf, forums are up and ready. I guess Furpaws was meant as a database for furry web pages that you would create on your own. Because keep in mind, things were a lot more decentralized at this time. It wasn't, obviously FA wasn't around, so you couldn't just go create an FA profile. If you wanted to have a layout of, your fursuit, your art, your interests, whatever that may be, you would have had to create a website. And theoretically, you could have Rue 3K here listed for you on Furpaws.net. So that's pretty cool. Things were a lot different then, kids. I'm sure maybe some of you can remember when it was this way. I was young, so I have vague memory of it. But well, I wasn't a fandom, but I mean the internet in general. When it was more like this, but it was a lot different, kids. You youngins don't know how good you have it. All right, so what we're looking at here is Flavor. This is the modern version of Flavor. This is what you get to if you just go to flavor.com today. If you're unfamiliar, Flavor is a website that is devoted to news, editorial opinion, events, I guess you could say, going on relevant to the furry fandom. As you can see, they've got a number of categories up here. I thought Flavor was a relatively new thing, but according to WayBackMachine, this goes back all the way to 2001. So let's see what the original looked like. March 11th. That's an old logo. I love it. But yeah, I guess it was just a forum at this point in time. It looked a little bit different. Let's see. I want to see a news story. So let's go to the future a little bit. Let's see what 2011's got. There we go. Okay, yeah, so this looks not too much different from its current layout, so that's not exciting, but let's see what the news was like in 2011. Well, I suppose it's not that long ago. Outfox.net opens to connect artists with commissioners. I've heard of Outfox, but I never used it. I don't think it's still up, but I don't know, is this link going to work? Oh, how about that? Okay, so yeah, browse commissions. What's going on? There's only 2 of them. Someone stole bank was selling commissions for $12 for a sketch. Let's see how they looked. We're not going to get to, are we? No. Oh well, we'll have to use our imagination. How about Daz Tunes for $5? They'll give you a model sheet. That's a good deal. But we can't see what that looks like either. Oh well. That's enough about Foxed. What else we got here? Oh god, jeez. Anthrocon fills Weston doubles entire courtyard hotel. That was a news story once upon a time. Anyways, oh, historical debates. This should be cool. State of the fandom, 8 years back from 2011, so 2013. Oh, so 2002, the day after Christmas 2002. Let's see what Lamar had to say. If the furry fandom is so accepting, why do so many people feel compelled to point out that they are not furries and just like anthro stuff? In a follow on to my previous column about how the press view furry fandom, let's take a look on how fans and artists view the fandom. Opinion editorials are all about opinions. This is kind of long to reread the whole thing. Let's see the main points. The thing is, the fandom is based upon a genre of fiction rather than a part of it. Every member of furry, regardless of whether they're on the spiritual fringe, lifestylers, or merely fans of anthropomorphized animation, share a common and unified affection for the anthropomorphized style of work. So I guess in 2002, just like today, people were hung up on trying to define what a furry is. And that's probably never going to change because I think the fandom is something different for everyone who's a part of it. Different people get different things out of it, and I don't think there's any sense in getting hung up on this. But yeah, that was 2002. What's up, Lamar? Can we see you? He's a rabbit. I like rabbits. The fandom's report card. This should be interesting. From 2007, it's been 5 years since I wrote a short editorial here called State of the Fandom. Okay. Back in 2002, I came up with 3 steps the fandom needed to stop alienating people. They were behavior alterations that would hopefully lead to a healthier fandom. Let's see how everyone did. You do not squick the mundanes. In fact, you don't even call them mundanes. They're people who may or may not be into the same things as we are. This is what I felt. Alright. What's this here? Tolerance is a two-edged sword. You can expect tolerance of some of the things you do. You do not have the right to foster your ideals or practices onto others, nor claim them as more important than others. This was a big issue in the fandom, and grade F it still is. I don't know, man. It kind of seems like this guy's a little too worried about what people think about him, but we're going to move on from Lamar. Thank you to him for... Wait a minute. Tell me they were not bitching about pineapple on pizza all these years ago. Someone's trolling Nutella on pizza, huh? Pizza should be topped with cheese only 9%, pepperoni 26, sausage 7, vegetables only 6%, pineapples and ham 11%. What the hell is Farron? 10%. Well, here's the answer. Farron is an obscure condiment found commonly on pizzas from the Opera fungi region in northern Italy. I guarantee I said that wrong. It is derived from a distilled mixture of eggplant seeds, anchovies, lemons, and olive oil. Someone's got to be bitching about the pineapple. Fruit and meat should never mix. No pineapple. Jalapenos are the best topping. Monday, the 3rd of February, 2003. This is how long people have been on the internet, have been going on about pineapple on pizza. Incredible. All right, I think you guys are going to like this one. I certainly did. Fur Nation, I'm on the Wiki Fur page now because I had to look this up. I was another one that I'd heard of, but I wasn't totally familiar with what it was. I'd never used it before. And the TLDR of this is it operated until 2009. It was brought back up a few times, but it never really lasted long in any of its reiterations. Anyways, it started as far back as 1996. And the first couple links from 1996 didn't work on the WayBackMachine. We do have a 1997 version, and oh, check this out. How beautiful is this? This is 90s internet if I've ever seen it. Welcome to the #1 anthropomorphic artwork site on the net. The artwork displayed by various artists on this site centers around characters and drawings of human and animal hybrid cartoons and fantasy artwork. Enjoy your visit. I guess there are probably other GIFs or images here, but they didn't load. But we do have these ones going back and forth across the screen. I miss that stuff so much. Warning, some of the images contained on this site may involve mature artwork and adult subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh yeah. But let's see what we've got. Furry Grand Central, now hosted on Fur Nation. Let's see what that is. Welcome to Furry Grand Central, one of the net's largest furry, anthropomorphic, and I wonder if that means like werewolf. Where resources. Oh boy, mocks. That might have to be a whole other episode of this. That's its own thing. But let's see what's up with the Furryware database. Joining the database. Please join in registering with the Furry Database. Wares are also listed here. If you are exclusively ware, please don't be shy. If you'd like to submit information to appear in the Furry Database, and please note that you should not submit any info that you do not wish publicly listed later. So they want your basic info: furry names, real life name, email address, web page, species, breed, brief furry description. Oh, that's cool. Using the database. Important note, the database listing has been broken into 2 distinct pages, now for your own convenience. Alphabetized list of all furs worldwide. So getting back to what I mentioned earlier, I don't see a date on this site, do I? I'm guessing it's late 90s. This page was last updated on March 29th, 1997. And so yeah, so that's obviously long before Facebook, MySpace, for Affinity. Everything was a lot less central, so you would have had to just create your own furry website and put it on a database like this in order to find others. And this is a pretty extensive list, all things considered. I mean, this goes all over the world. There's Canada here, Great Britain, Africa. Anything in Pennsylvania? Athena, Blaze, Gatsby, Rosen, Otter, Dragonix, Two Paws, Foreign. I don't think I know any of these people. I was trying to see any Pittsburgh local ones that I might know. Oh, here we go. Let's check out, did I click the right name? Athena, okay. Ablator is a tall male lynx of honor and pride. He sports green eyes and bad habits of digesting postal agents. He loves all furs and especially humans with white wine, that is. Oh, so this is a vor guy. Okay. I should have probably deduced that from eating postal agents, but he's very into it seems. Alblator is no longer on Mux, but can be found on Yifnet and sometimes on Furtunia. See, these are all things I need to look up. I'm not familiar with any of these sites. Ableter loves furs and likes all people. He dislikes being so far from other furries. He hates the telecoms monopoly in his country and urges telephone companies to come and save him. Now, see, it lists here he's in Pretoria, South Africa, but it said PA. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. This is a list. This just took me to a certain place on the list. So, yeah, this person would be from South Africa. The person I was looking for in Pennsylvania, I think it said Athena. Here we go. Andy Mancini. Webpage not available. Rochester, Pennsylvania. Female feline. A very complex furry who believes she has a past, even though she cannot remember it. She is 5'7" and has white fur. She rules massive people like a Greek god would. She wears a collar she cannot take off, not in any mucks yet. She likes old milk, tall buildings, and human torture. These all go from 0 to 100 very quickly. Let's find another one just at random. Dragonix, Jimmy Neal from Pottstown, PA. Dragonix is an Anthro-Golden Celtic or Celtic, I don't know which that is, dragon. He is easy to talk to and willing to help out any fur who asks. He is found on FM, SPR, Taps, Realms, Fuzzy Muck, and Castle Muck, and usually on 2 or 3 at the same time, into RP, TP, and a lot of TS. Well, I know what RP is. The others, I don't know. If you know, leave it in the comments, I suppose. If you're looking for a friend or feel the need to talk, feel free to look him up. Oh, well, that's wholesome. Yeah, I guess a lot of this is based upon roleplay, online roleplay. I think from what I know about the mucks, I don't want to go too far into that because I'll probably get some things wrong. Mucks were basically RP servers, as I understand it. And so a lot of these people are mentioning mucks. That leads me to believe that this particular database was meant for finding someone to go and roleplay with in a muck. I mean, I've only read 3 of them. That could just been the ones I looked at. But, you know, a lot of it's developing a backstory, so you have things to reference whenever you would start a conversation or get into a muck with them. We'll look at one more. 4 Eyes, Robert Parrish, male anthro wolf from Louisville, Kentucky. 4 Eyes is 6'2", tall, with gray, black, and white fur in a pattern of agouti banding, and blue eyes hidden behind a pair of small, round, black wire-rimmed glasses. I suppose that's where he gets the name. With really thick lenses, he could be found on Furry Muck, Tapestries, Wild Muck, and EFNet. Lives with Duran IRL. Yeah, so this is the Furry and Wear database that we found here on Fur Nation. Let's see what else Fur Nation has, because that was just one link. Conventions, info, and link. Conference, we all know that one. Conference is the largest worldwide furry convention by far. RIP. It is hosted each year in the Los Angeles, California area in January. Conference is a strictly furry convention with a main sub-theme each year. For more information, yada, yada, yada. Albany Anthrocon. If you didn't know this, Anthrocon used to not be in Pittsburgh. It moved here after it left Albany, but it originated in Albany, New York. Albany Anthrocon number 1. Oh, the first one, apparently, will be running from July 3rd through 6th, 1997. This furry relaxacon. Yeah, that's changed. This furry relaxacon will be put on by a combination of folk who have done the very famous furry Halloween parties, and many of the people who made Conference East 95 a success. This looks to be a contender for the largest furry con of the East and promises to have a good turnout and many new and exciting tracks and events. So I tried the links just a second ago for these conventions. Anthrocons didn't work, but Conference, on the other hand, check this out. We have the original Conference website, and there's doesn't appear to be a whole. Well, these are linked. What is Conference? Oh lordy. So what is Conference? It's a gathering dedicated to all those interested in furry characters, whether they appear in art, animation, live-action films, television, comics, writing. Well, then, what's a furry? Tough question. Yeah, it always will be a tough question. Furry characters aren't necessarily furry. They can be scaled, tailed, slimy, grimy, hairy, scary, plated, bald-pated, feathered, leathered, clawed, broad, small, or not there at all. That was cute. I like that. And furrydom includes everything from your normal everyday animals to aliens from outer space to vampires and werewolves to cartoon animals to mythical beasts and dragons to anthropomorphic animals. Furry can mean different things to different people, much like the word fantasy. So what do they do at conference? Yeah, they don't go into too much detail on that one. Glad you asked. There are art shows, artists, and auctions, furry trinkets, objects d'art, special guests, see below, special interest discussion groups, dealers, publishers, games, videos, comics, costumes, folk singing, dinners and dances as well. Anyway, enough of that. I just thought that was fun. Oh, well, let's see. Was there anything else here? Travel account. Let's see. Yeah, that's nothing special. Okay. Back to this side. What the hell is that? I can barely read the thing, but and I'm sure you can if I can't, but Virtual Vicky seal of approval. All right, Virtual Vicky, what do you got for me? Virtual Vicky has been murdered. Virtual Vicky was murdered while recording tracks for her new CD, Virtual Vicky Unplugged. Details of the crime have yet to be revealed, but the investigating police announced that they are treating it as a definite whoopicide. What is this? Please load. Well, the Midnight Star from December 29th, 1997, legitimate paper, I'm sure, has String Boy. I'm sure that's an inside joke from a time that I will never be able to recover the details of. And Virtual Vicky pictured here with Elvis. Good for her. She had connections, it seems. What else is here? I'm assuming this is a character. I'm assuming this is a more, I guess it's just the character site, much like we were looking at, describing before. You'd have to have your own website for your character if you wanted to show people. And I assume this is when Vicky was 2? What on earth? So this is a very well-developed character, is what I'm trying to say. But I think you already knew that because you're looking at the same thing I am. Wow. Time machine. How far back can we go? I think she's just talking about time machines. We might revisit this one. We may do this again and revisit this one because this is wow, there's a lot here. Sizzlers? What's that? Oh, cars. My mind went somewhere else. I'm sorry. We'll do one more. Vicky goes to the movies. Oh my gosh, how 90s is this? Vicky and the Argonauts, Planet of the Humans. So these are movie parodies with her character included. Man, that is really creative. I kind of want to steal that idea. I don't know if mine would look quite as good as hers, but that's really cool. Oh, look at the GIF! That's so cute. Well, anyways, I think that'll do it for Virtual Vicky and Fur Nation.
Thank you for staying with me till the end of that. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too. There was a lot there. A lot more than I expected, actually. And I think I may do this again. If you guys enjoyed it, please let me know, because I'd be happy to make more episodes of this. And I think it would be a lot of fun to have someone who was around in the fandom at that time to provide a little bit of context or their own input on these things, because I think they'd have a lot to offer. I think they'd have a lot to say about it. And maybe even some excuses if we can dig up their old dirt. But apart from that, I thank you again for watching. I wish you a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.